Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another 2XKO lore video where I want to talk about the uncaged Wrath of Zon Warwick. I just wanted to go over his abilities and how I think they would implement them in the League of Legends fighting game 2XKO. Let's get into it. And if you like videos like this, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. So, first thing I really want to go over about Warwick is that his entire thing is all about single target 1v1 sustained brawling. He is probably one of the best 1v1ers in League of Legends. And I love this guy. I love Warwick so much. This dude will beat your ass. Does he scale the best? I mean, not really. But he's so fun to play. He's a genetically engineered werewolf. How awesome is that? So, let's get into his stuff. So his passive is Eternal Hunger, which basically means that, you know, his attacks deal bonus magic damage and they heal him based on the damage that he does. And how it works is the lower the health he is, the stronger the healing gets. So I want to go out and say that 2XKO is probably not going to have a lot of characters with lifesteal potential in them, because, you know, that would probably be mad annoying to deal with. That being said, if they were going to put any character in this game that would have lifesteal in their move list and abilities, I would say it would probably have to be Warwick. Well, Warwick and what's his face? Vlad. You know, Vlad. Vlad's hilarious. B negative. Ha! But yeah, so that's how his passive goes. You know, he does bonus magic damage and it heals him, and you know, the lower the health he is, the more his healing is increased, and you know, that's how it works. His Q is a bite. His bite heals him, and you know, if you hold down the ability, he'll clamp onto you and get behind you, or if you time it just right and you bite him and clamp down on them while they're using a mobility move, Warwick will follow you anywhere you go, which can lead to some wild shenanigans. When it comes to his W, Blood Hunt, its passive setup is, you know, when a character is at 50% health, he gets a blood trail to them, and he gets enhanced move speed and attack speed when he while going towards them, so long as their health is that low. The lower their health is, the more move speed he gets and the more attack speed he gets. When it comes to his E, it's a Primal Howl that he charges up and gives himself damage mitigation, and when he reactivates it, it will let out a roar that fears people, as you can see. And this bad boy right here is Infinite Duress, which he can add. Before he got reworked, this was a point and click ability that you really couldn't outplay. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it was hilarious, because you just see this PS2 looking Rover just waddling next to you. He just blinks to your location and you die. Oh, it was the funniest stuff ever. I loved it so much. But now it's a skill shot that he can miss. But when he clings on to you, he hits you with multiple slashes that apply on hit effects. And his leap distance, for him, when he clicks and he jumps at you to try to grab onto you and attack you, the leap distance increases depending on how low your health is and whatnot. It is... it's so fun. It's so fun to hit. Do I miss it a lot? Absolutely. But man, when you hit it, you hit it. It's so good. Now, when it comes to his whole kit overall, I'm going to say this straight up. I feel like if Warwick was to get into 2XKO, he should definitely be the character with the type of sustain to the point where you do not want to leave him alive at low health. You don't want to do that, because if I designed this guy and put him in the game, he'd be that dude where his sustain is decent. He's all about. He wouldn't really play. I feel like he shouldn't play like J-Tao Bane from Darkstalkers or Valkenheim from Blaze Blue. He shouldn't play like those characters. I feel like he should play like a more cracked out version of Saberwolf from Killer Instinct. I think that's how he should play. He should play like a feral wolf beast that just slashes and bites you until you die, which I'd be all for that. Now, when it comes to his Q, I could see them do. I'm really trying to see how. Ooh, you know what? I actually thought of something really cool. Maybe the bite could be the end of some sort of record chain that he's doing. You know, where the properties of the bite alter depending on what you do with that input. You know, maybe if you just input it normally, he'll just simply bite down. If it's on hit, he'll heal himself depending on how low his health is. And then maybe if he holds down the input for the bite, he'll grab the opponent and drag him in, you know, be plus to give himself more pressure. It probably would have to put a gap in where the bite is, where it triggers, so you know there could actually be some counterplay to that. But I can see them doing something like that. I think it'd be pretty cool. And maybe some slashing moves here and there. Like I said, essentially think of Saberwolf from Killer Instinct, but Riot's sort of enhanced Warwickanized version of it. Now, Blood Hunt, I'm gonna be real with you. I could easily see this being a sort of thing where maybe his sort of setup for this doesn't really happen automatically when the enemy is low health, but maybe it could be a level 1 super install to where, you know, you don't really want to trigger this unless the enemy is at 50% health or lower, because maybe at first he could have slashes and bites and moves and abilities that are they're okay on block or decent on hits, but when he does this super install that puts him in Blood Hunt mode, like depending on when you activate it, whether it's at the enemy being at 50% health or 30% health, it changes the attack properties of his, I guess, the numbers of his attacks and moves dramatically. Like maybe when he activates it when the enemy is at 30% health, he is a nightmare to deal with. Maybe moves that were -1 on block are now +3 on block, or something like that. You know, something really annoying. Or maybe his slash that was 5 frames is now 2 frames. has 2 frame startup instead of 5 frame startup. Some really annoying shit like that. Just some crazy stuff. I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. Would it be OP? I don't know. I'm not a fighting game designer. Would it be fun? Yes. Yes, please. Now, when it comes to this move, his Primal Howl, I'm trying to think about something about how they could actually implement that as something that could be used in a fighting game. You know what? Maybe this move could be like Darius's DP in the game. Maybe it has some hits of armor on it, and because it doesn't do any damage, it could have armor on it to make him take less damage, and could do a shockwave that's like a DP to where to get the opponent off. Now, maybe the downside of this is that, so with Darius's armored DP, it's 1 hit of armor, but his move does damage, and it can lead into a goddamn super that absolutely annihilates you. Maybe with Warwick, this move could be a move that has multiple hits of armor on it. That's essentially his DP, but the shockwave doesn't do any damage, and he can't do anything after it. It's simply put his get off of me tool, but that's it. It's nothing to the point where it'll deal crazy amounts of damage. He can't follow up with attacks after it, or nothing like that. It's just, you know, a simple DP or armored DP. I don't know. Now, when it comes to Infinite Duress, easily could just see this being a standard cinematic super where he just, you know, slashes you, cutscene happens, he's just slashing and gashing you all over the place, he's a hunter on the prowl, and just hits you with one final heavy slash that just does, the whole move just does a good chunk of damage. Now, if they were going to go with the route of how his passive works, Should it heal him? Should it heal him based on anywhere where his health is? Maybe. Maybe it could be set up to where, if you activate it when he's at low health, it'll heal him up to a certain point. Or maybe if you activate it, oh shoot, that could be a really cool combination of supers where you activate Blood Hunt and then you activate this super. You activate this super and maybe it does more damage while he's in Blood Hunt mode. Or maybe it heals him if he's at like 30% health or 40% health, as well as deal decent damage. Really a pretty good comeback mechanic super. I'm not sure, but that could be pretty interesting. But you know what? Who knows? I think it'll be fun, but it may be completely broken, but maybe not. Let me know in the comment section down below how you would want Warwick to play in the 2X KO fighting game. Take it easy out there, everybody.